Hi, I wanted to do a relaxing yoga video for you all today. If you see this video later, we made it through. I was thinking this weekend that we're having elections tomorrow in the US, and I feel like it's been a little crazy. Everybody who's walked in my office is feeling a little overwhelmed or a lot overwhelmed. And I wanted to create a yoga video to help just with today, tomorrow, the coming weeks, to help calm our nervous systems and get into a place of centeredness. So I'm not going to do a whole lecture right now. I'll talk a little bit as we're going. So what you'll need for this class, it's going to be about an hour. And you'll see what I have here. I have 2 bolsters like this. I have a couple of foam blocks like this, and I have a blanket, I have my yoga mat, and I have a big bolster that I'm going to be using for lying back for the restorative postures. And if you don't have any of these, I've been accumulating these over the past year, so you can just use things from around your house. So my blankets from my house, this bolster I use at my office. These little ones I actually just got at the thrift store this weekend. I'm super excited about these for $2 each. And someone had just given me these blocks for actually my cranial sacral work to be able to lean my arms on. So you can just, I use whatever I have at home though. I use pillows, I use firm pillows, blankets, whatever feels good for you. And I would just get a little yoga playlist for yourself. I love Sanatam, I love Singhar, Niranjan. There's a lot of beautiful yoga. You could do some hand pan, whatever feels good. Put that in the background. I can't do that here on YouTube. They'll flag my video. So get what feels good for you and just play it in a soft way, and we can go through this together. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is just come center yourself on your yoga mat. I'm going to talk you through this. You can just close your eyes, find your center, take a deep breath in through your nose. Make sure you're expanding your entire chest and your abdomen when you inhale, and then exhale through your nose. Inhale. And exhale. And on this last inhale, make sure you're hearing your breath as it comes in and out. If you're not, that means you're not breathing deeply enough. So one more time. And exhale. And for this first exercise, we're going to just tune in with yourself. Just find your center. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed down. Bring yourself into your own space. This is a time to let your mind relax. It's going to wander. I'm going to continue to remind you to bring it back to this present moment. There's going to be noises outside in my video. There's going to be noises outside from what you're doing. And this is just this beautiful time to give yourself this space. If you cannot do the full hour, just even take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever feels good for you that you can do. And you can come back later, or you can break this up into parts and do little bits at a time. Inhale again through your nose. And when you come to the end, hold it at the top of your breath. And exhale. And again, just center yourself, come back to this moment, let everything go. There's nowhere that you need to be. There's nothing that you need to think about. You've got plenty of other time to do that. This is a time to give yourself permission to be very present with yourself. And just know that the way you show up to life is how you're going to be feeling inside. So if you're feeling flustered, angry, worried, if you're hustling, you're going to be showing up to life like that. And is this how you want to spend the rest of your life? And I'd like to invite you and give you permission to take a few moments to just be present with yourself. Know that this is your present moment. This is your life right now. and take advantage of this moment, getting to sit down and have calm and quiet. Okay, the first thing I'm going to have you do is bring your right leg out in front of you. If you can grab your toes, here's my toes. If you can grab your toes, that's ideal. You want to feel a nice gentle stretch in the back of your leg, but you don't want it to hurt. If it's hurting, go to your calf, go to your knee, scoot back a little bit, whatever feels good for you. And you're going to grab your toe and you're just going to drop down with your head. You want to keep as much of a straight spine as you can. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me as I go down. As much of a straight spine as you can going down, but dropping your head. And you also want to open your shoulder. Women especially, as we start getting older with the hormonal changes, you want to be able to stretch that shoulder so we don't get frozen shoulder. And just close your eyes and go deep into the posture. Take some long, deep breaths. Deep, relaxing breaths. Eyes closed. And if you need some words to keep yourself centered and focused, sometimes I like inhaling, I am. So inhale, I am, and on the exhale, I'll say, I plug in words, I am beautiful, I am peaceful, I am love, I am abundant. So whatever feels good to you to keep you present. I am myself. That's one of my favorite ones. I am myself. And continue inhaling and exhaling. And with each exhale, I invite you to find a little more space, a little more lengthening in your muscles, allowing you to go a little bit further into the posture. And invite your breath to be longer and deeper with each inhalation and exhalation. And let your head drop down. Let those neck muscles relax. Our muscles spend so much effort keeping us up and defying gravity throughout our day, so it's nice to give our muscles a little bit of a break. And then take one more deep inhale. Really drop into your posture. And then exhale and slowly start walking your arm up your leg. Bring your leg back into cross-legged position. Take a breath. And then switch legs. So if you had your right one out before, bring your left one out in front of you. And you're going to do the same thing. If you can grab your knee, your leg, your toe, whatever works for you. I've been doing this a long time, 20-something years, so I'm at the grabbing my ankle point. And if you can grab your big toe, just squeeze the end of your toe. It'll stimulate a meridian, an energy center for yourself. So again, as straight back as you can, but let your head hang down if you can. Take a deep inhale. Feel those muscles gently stretching and lengthening all the way along the back of your leg and your calf. Let your head drop down. Feel the muscles in your back lengthen and soften with each inhalation. And you'll remember that oxygen helps bring life into your muscles, brings blood, oxygen, nutrients. Breath helps to calm your nervous system, helps to regulate your sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. And with your inhale, imagine your muscles lengthening behind your leg, in your back, in your neck. And with your exhale, let things drop just a little bit more into the posture. Make sure you can hear your breath. And on your next inhale, take a deep inhale in. Exhale, drop into the posture. And then inhale and slowly walk your way up with your hands up your leg. Come sitting into that cross-legged position if you can. If that's uncomfortable, you can sit with your legs spread out, or if you're in a chair, you can do that too. And just close your eyes. And if your mind has started wandering, if your thoughts are wandering, just remember to come back into the present moment, listening to my voice. If you have your music with you, tune into your music. I invite you to find a spot in your body that's feeling tense. Bring your breath into that. Make that your center point. Bring all of your awareness into that place and give it a lot of space, allowance, thanking it for showing you where the engine light is, where the problem area is, so that you can work on it. Be present. Be curious about what it is that's going on. And bring your posture again, straight spine. Let your shoulders drop down and back. Tuck your chin just a little bit. Imagine there's a string coming from the top of your head and bringing you all the way up, stretching you toward the ceiling. Your nice, strong posture, showing up in the world with confidence and presence and love for yourself. And we're going to slowly move into what we call spinal flex. So if you're sitting on the floor, grab your shins. You're going to inhale and bring your chest forward. Exhale, rounding your back out. So inhaling forward. You want to keep your head straight. You don't want to be doing this with your head. Keep your body straight. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what it should be looking like. So just getting this lower part of your back here. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. My head staying straight along with my upper torso. It's not doing this thing. So inhaling. And again, really use your breath to move. Bring that circulation up the spinal muscles. We have spinal muscles all the way up and down from our head all the way down to our tailbone. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. And make sure you can hear your breath when you're doing this. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. This loosens up all the vertebrae along your spine, helps adjusting them. If you have pain, just go to the point of pain. Don't push yourself past the pain. Again, pain is your body's engine light, letting you know there's something going on there that you need to be aware of and be careful of. We don't want to push through it. Your body's telling you there's a problem. Just like in your car, you don't keep driving your car when the engine light comes on. You don't want to push through when you have pain. It's okay if it's sore, if it's feeling a little uncomfortable, but this is a practice in you feeling your system. So continue on, and you can go slow, you can go medium pace, whatever feels good for you. Just take another few seconds here. And inhale, eyes closed, straighten your spine, tuck your chin. Imagine that string going to the top of your head, all the way up to your ceiling, gently opening up each individual vertebrae to give space in there. Remember, between each of your vertebrae, you have a nerve that comes out on both sides. And when it's pushed in there, that's when the discs get squished and you don't have enough space for that spinal nerve to come out. When that nerve comes out, that's our electrical system. We need that. We need this space in here. So when we're doing spinal flex, we're opening and we're imbibing fluid into that joint. And we want, when we do this exercise of bringing your head all the way up, we're giving space in between all of our vertebrae. Okay, so relax down. We're going to go into what is now called cat-cow. So you're going to go on all fours. Again, if you have any pain, discomfort, anything that doesn't feel right, I'm going to give you a couple modifications. But those of you who are able and willing to get into this position, into this posture, you're going to come down on all fours. I have a broken wrist on my right side, so my extension is not as good. I have to take a little weight off of there. But you're going to close your eyes. You're going to inhale, look up with your eyes closed, but extend your head, lower your back, and then exhale, round your spine out. And you can go slow if you'd like and give yourself a really nice stretch in there. Really using your breath, exhaling. So again, the idea is to calm your nervous system. Exhale, flex. And just go at your own pace. I'm going to keep talking you through this, but go at whatever pace feels good for you. You're going to be stretching your lower back. It feels really good, both the exhale, the flexion, and the extension. You're going to get all these muscles in the back of your neck, those muscles that get really tight when we're sitting, when we're stressed. We get this kind of shoulders that hike up toward our ears. We want those to drop down because when things are tight, we can't get blood flow in there. So right now what you're doing is helping bring blood flow into your spinal muscles, into your abdominal muscles. Continue on for just a couple of seconds ago, whatever pace feels good for you. You can go slow and long stretches. You can go a little faster if you want to, whatever feels good. Okay, and inhale, and you're going to come into like a tabletop position so that your back is neutral. And if you're able to do this, I'm going to have you come back sitting on your heels into child's pose or baby pose. Different yoga traditions have different names. So, and then bring your forehead to the floor and just rest here for a moment. So you're going to get a nice stretch all along your arm, into your shoulders, resting your head down, letting your lower back stretch out, and just really let your body fall into this posture. I'm going to have you take a deep breath in. Slowly and gently lift your head. Tuck your toes behind you, under your feet. You're going to come up into down dog. So really giving your calves a good stretch, pushing down through your hands, up through your shoulders, letting your head hang down, letting those neck muscles have a little pause, a little rest from all the hard work it does all day long. Take a few deep breaths here, in and out, through your nose. And last breath, slowly come down onto your knees, and then come sitting into cross-legged position. And we're going to go into box breathing. If you need a little something, a little support under your hips, you can put a bolster under there. I've got a bolster here. You can put a little folded up blanket just to give your hips a little bit more support so it feels easier to sit up straight. So I love this breath because it's really something you can do no matter where you are. If you're sitting in your car, if you're at your desk, I'm going to say this, if you're in your car at a stoplight, you can do this with your eyes open. You can do it while someone is having a conversation with you. If you're feeling some anxiety or feeling something that's not comfortable, if you're hearing something or watching something on the news or the television that it's not vibing with you, it's not feeling good, this breath you can just sit and do no matter where you are. Whoever you're with, no one's going to know that you're doing it. So this is how it goes. And I've taught this a few times. If y'all have followed along with me, I'm going to keep doing it. I have to remind myself sometimes also. So you're going to let all of your air out, and you're going to inhale through your nose in a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to sound like this. And then when you get to the top, you're going to hold for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to exhale a count of 4. And then hold the breath out for a count of 4. And then you start the cycle all over again. So I'm going to go through this with you twice, and then you're going to go on your own, and we'll just do this for a few minutes, okay? So center yourself again, straighten your spine, chin tucked, strengthen the top of your head going toward the ceiling, shoulders down and back. And blow all your air out through your nose, And we'll start. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to let you do a couple on your own now. And one more. And relax your breath. And now we're going to move into, I have 3 different postures I'm going to do with you today. This is restorative yoga, and I love restorative yoga because it helps on a very deep level with your nervous system calibration and really deepening. In our daily life, a lot of us are in this hypervigilant state, this fight or flight state, which is our sympathetic nervous system. And we need a lot more of our parasympathetic system, our rest and digest system, to pick up and start doing the job. So this restorative yoga helps reset our system when it gets stuck into that sympathetic, that fight or flight movement. We want to fall back into our parasympathetic state of being. So this is where your props are going to come in. With restorative yoga, we get into a posture, but unlike other yogas, we use these props to help prop us up so that we can completely relax. We don't want any muscle strain. We don't want to be holding on to anything. And that's one of the things in our daily lives. A lot of times we're holding tension, we don't even know it. So with this practice, and you go into this for about 10 minutes, so you get a really good opportunity for letting your system to go deep. So this first one, you can have your choice of whatever works for you, but you're going to want 2 bolsters or 2 pillows. So we're going to be placing one on one side of your mat here, and then we're going to take another one. I'm going to use my blanket because I just want to use a small little, actually, I'm going to use my blanket to cover me up. I'm going to use my little bolster to put right in front of my mat. I'm going to be giving myself a little bit of space here, and then I'm going to be using one other bolster to put under my knee. So I'm going to be putting that in front of my mat here. I'm actually going to unfold my blanket because I like getting into these postures and being really warm and cozy. So a lot of times I use my blanket to actually cover myself up once I get into the posture. So you're going to come on your side and bring the lower bolster that you have here over to your hip. And you're going to lie down. Use this other bolster for your head. I'm going to slide down a little bit so you can see me. So this is for me to lay my head on. If traditional yoga, this is called like a cat stretch position. So I'm coming down into this position. I'm bringing my lower leg straight. My upper one, I'm going to rest on this bolster. And then I'm going to cover myself up so I can go really deep into my posture. And whatever feels good for you. If you feel good bringing your hand under your cheek, if you want to bring your arm out in front of you, whichever arm, if you want another bolster to prop up under your elbow, you can do that. Whatever feels good for you. and just allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to drop into this posture and closing your eyes, being aware of your neck muscles, your shoulders, making sure you're not putting too much pressure on that lower shoulder underneath you, so make sure your head is propped up enough. Or if you need to move your bolster up just a little bit from down here to put under your shoulder and support that. And let your breath calibrate, balance out. And I invite you to either tune into my voice periodically to keep your mind steady, because it will wander. But as we get deeper into these postures, it will calm down. And you may start to notice that little muscles, you'll start becoming aware of them tensing. And once you notice that, just very gently let them go. Give them permission. They don't need to be doing anything. They don't need to hold you up. You don't need to go anywhere. This is your time. And as sounds come up, you can just say thank you, ears, for hearing the sounds. We don't need to get involved with them. We don't need to apply significance to them at the moment. We can just let them come in, be aware of them, let them go. And allow your breath to deepen as you start to feel more muscles relax, as you feel your nervous system start to feel safe. Or another possibility is as your muscles start to relax, your breath will automatically start to deepen because it's feeling more safe. I feel like it's a good rule of thumb to remember that when we feel unsafe, whether we notice it at the moment or not, our body goes into a fight or flight response if we're not safe. And oftentimes we don't feel safe because of all the things coming at us constantly. So we stay in a place of feeling unsafe. And it's nice to give yourself an opportunity once or twice a day to remind your brain and body that you are safe. And restorative yoga helps to create a place of safety for your body, for your nervous system. And the more you practice this, the more you start to retrain your brain and body that you are safe. And it does not have to continually try to assess the environment you're in to keep you safe. And if any of your muscles try to start tensing up again, just be aware of it and gently invite those muscles to relax again. And at this point, I would like to invite you to either pause the video, and you're welcome to spend as much time as you want here. I would recommend another 5 minutes if you'd like to. And if you're ready to get up, I'm going to switch postures and you can follow me here. So take a deep breath in, and slowly you can move your blanket off of you. And put your left hand down, pushing yourself up, and then slowly walking yourself back up onto your knees or just sitting comfortably. And just take a moment, and this is part of our exercise, also part of our posture, to just move slowly, allowing your brain and your body to stay in a place of security, safety, and softness. And then we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to bring my big gray bolster over to the other side of my mat. And my blanket over in front of me. And I'm going to bring one bolster just down under my shoulder. So you can either bring it down by your hip or up closer to your shoulder to create a little space for your shoulder, whatever feels good for you. And then I'll bring my other bolster down so I can move it when I'm ready. So I'm going to be extending my bottom leg, bending my top one, slowly coming down onto my bolster, onto my left side. I actually like this better, having my bolster up by my shoulder. So hopefully you found that out for yourself too. Then I'm going to cover up and again, your hand can go under your neck, under your face. You can extend your arm out, whatever feels comfortable for you. And just let your body sink into this posture, into this shape. And continue your relaxed breathing. And if your mind starts to wander, just remember that you can bring it back. You can use different words like I am here now, I am safe now, or I am here. You can find a place in your body, either in your heart, your abdomen, and your legs, whatever feels good in your head. And just really bring your awareness to that spot, thanking it for being here. Thank you for serving. And again, if you feel like any of your muscles are starting to tighten up, it's okay to gently relax them again. Just be conscious of that. And if anything starts to feel uncomfortable, feel free to rearrange yourself so that you feel comfortable and that you can completely drop into the earth, into the floor below you, into the earth, letting it support you. Let the props support you. There's nothing you have to do right now. Give your muscles the permission to just go deep and relax and rest. Reminding yourself, if you feel the urge to get up or start moving or fidgeting, reminding yourself that the more centered, healed, relaxed you are, the more balanced, centered, open you can show up in the world for yourself and for those around you. And I'd like to encourage you to pause the video here if you'd like a few more minutes, and I encourage you to take a few more minutes. Typically each shape, each posture, lovely to be in for 10 to 13 minutes each one. If you'd like to move on with me, take a deep breath in. Bring your right hand down, make contact with the floor below you, and just slowly walk your way back up into a sitting position. And just rest here for a moment. This being part of what you're doing, part of the pose. And for this last pose, we're going to take your bolster again. And I'm actually going to take one of my blocks and I'm going to prop up my bolster. So it's about a little bit at an angle. And then I'm going to come sitting with my base of my spine at my bolster. And I'm going to bring the soles of my feet together. Let me see if I can push this back a little bit so y'all can see me. I have my soles of my feet together, which you probably cannot see. I'm bringing each of my little bolsters under my knees to give more support, so I'm not putting pressure on my knees. I'm really flexible, but I also want to preserve my knees, and that's really important with this, to not put extra pressure. This is not a no pain, no gain situation. So I'm just wrapping my blanket around my feet and laying back onto my bolster. And if you need to I've got a hair clip in. If you need to rearrange yourself, feel free. And you can either cactus your arms back so there's a nice stretch this way, or you can just bring your arms down by your sides with your palms up. And this is lovely for those of us who are sitting at desks a lot, driving, reading, students who are sitting for hours studying. This helps open up your shoulders, brings your head back, opens up your hips, which tend to get crowded with sitting. And enjoy your breath, enjoy this open feeling. We spend so much of our time contracted, our muscles contracted into a flexion position. And we want this open, extended posture. And if you're feeling uncomfortable, if this is too much extension, feel free to bring your arms on your chest or on your thighs. You can even prop something up under your head so you're a little bit further up so you're not so extended. This yoga is all about support and honoring yourself. We spend so much of our lives trying to do what's right according to cultural norms, cultural expectations. And this is your time where you get to listen to your body without anyone else's influence. If your right leg feels great extended, but your left one's a little more restricted, prop it up more or extend it out so that it's straight. Whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. For me personally, I feel incredibly supported right now. Like I'm being held, and so it allows me to be able to feel safe and let these muscles lengthen. And I'm going to lie with you with it like this for 2 more minutes, and then I invite you to pause the video and spend another 10 minutes lying here. And then restarting. And again, if you feel any of your muscles starting to hike up again, just gently become aware of it and let it drop back. And this is a point if you'd like to continue on to pause the video and set your own timer for a few more minutes and then restart. And if you'd like to ease out, which I don't recommend that, for time's sake I'm doing that for myself and for all of you who want to move on. But I'm just turning over, bringing my right knee down, right palm down to the floor, and then slowly walking myself up into a sitting position. And just taking a moment and letting all that softness, that love, the openness, just be, anchoring that into my system. And again, this is a practice, so every time we do this, it's reminding ourselves that we're safe, we're held, and everything is okay. So the longer we can stay in this newer habit we develop for ourselves. I'd like to invite you to come into a cross-legged position again if you're ready, and if not, you're welcome to just stay where you are as I close up our class for today, our session together. And I wanted to thank you for showing up with me today, Thank you for doing this work. I'm a firm believer in if you heal yourself, you heal the world. And showing up to do practices like this help healing within our hearts, within our nervous system, within our body and our minds, so that when we're showing up to situations or opportunities, we are able to meet them with more thought, with curiosity, with kindness, with being centered, and giving ourselves and others space to be able to be who we are, be who they are. And I just want to thank you again. And for more videos, more teaching, please go to my YouTube channel at drarjan.com, and you're welcome to come to my website where I have lots and lots of writings from many, many years of all kinds of health tips to keep you healthy, things you can feel empowered to make your world and those around you better. So thank you so much for meeting me here today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. You've got this. Bye.